Hi everyone, it's Winona and I'm back for another video. I'm stumbling for words here. I guess before I get started, because one thing I've noticed since chemo is I have a really one-track mind, and when I have something on my mind, I can't discuss anything else till I get that off my chest. So we'll do our everyday gratitude, and then we'll jump right into the video if you don't mind. Today is by Robin Wall Kimmerer, and it says, attention is the doorway to gratitude, the doorway to wonder, and the doorway to reciprocity. And it says, how can I cultivate my ability to pay attention? Yeah. I actually, I find myself now more than ever, I drift off in conversations. I have a hard time tracking conversations, but it is important to pay attention. Conversations are a two-way street, and it's really hard to have conversations with people that don't pay attention. But also, if you pay attention, you see the wonders of the world. You see that little bird that's been following me around outside. Every time I go outside, he comes and talks to me for a while. You know, those are God's wonders, and they make my life just fabulous. Anyway, to get on with today, I am back. I'm doing another idea with an envelope, with just junk mail envelopes. Well, this probably wasn't junk mail. It was from the Canada Revenue Agency. Probably was taxes. But anyway, I saw a video, and I told myself to write down her name before I turned the camera on, and I didn't. So I promise I will put a link to her video in the description underneath the video, because honestly, it's something owl. I can't remember, but I really like this idea, and especially with what I'm doing now. So you need an envelope, and you want an envelope with a fairly big window to it. So I'm going to cut this envelope. I'm going to cut it. I like to use the bottom of my cutter, and I don't think that shows up in the window, but I'm going to, because otherwise I don't think I'll get it straight. I think I'm going to make it about this size. So I cut it right about there. And I'm also going to cut this end as well, because as you know from my, I'm going to trim up this end too, clean that end up. From my other videos, I like to work with my envelopes open. I know it kind of defeats the purpose of starting with an envelope, but I think the purpose is to use up those envelopes and not let them go into landfill. At least not yet. Okay, so now I've got this pocket envelope, and it's open, and that just makes it much easier to decorate the inside or do whatever I need to do on the inside. So what I want to do is I want to put one of these note cards in here, and I want it to sit inside, like I want the scripture verse to fit inside there. Now that one's okay, but not really what I'm looking for. And of course, I printed out on the back of all these, not thinking that I probably didn't need to, but I like this. He cares for you. 1 Peter. I think that's the one I'm going to use. It's smaller, but I think that's good. By the way, I'm using my Porch Prints purple, I don't know if it's a purple devotional or purple prayer journal. I haven't written it down, and it doesn't say, but that's what I'm basically using for this journal that I'm working on. I'm adding some, I should say, some papers and ephemera from collage type. But this is the kit I'm predominantly using. So we can put this away. So now that this is open, this is going to make it much easier to place this. But I need something on the back. So let's see what I have here. I've got papers underneath here. I accidentally bought the wrong print drum from my laser printer. and now it's going crazy. And they're like $200-300. I don't know how I could have bought the wrong one. So now I have to order the right one. Let's use this. Let's just, we'll cut it with the paper cutter. I think this video should be fairly quick today. There's not a lot to it, and I'm only making one because I only have one envelope. Well, I have more than one envelope to do, but I think doing one on camera is plenty. Like I've said before, I don't go out much, so I don't have a lot to talk about. I am going out right away, though. I'm going to go get some groceries, which is very unusual for me because I usually don't do that by myself anymore. So I'm just going to cut it down to there. I'm just going to cover the whole back with that. The paper has been, it's all striped and everything, so that way there. Well, I guess not the whole back, but okay, so I'm going to cut it about there. I've been wanting to do some scripture journals for quite a while. And then I'd like to do some golden books, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on. Oh, yug. Well, that was a mess. Let's glue that on there. Where's my scraper? So I watched the last of the Mine Hunter last night on Netflix. It's about the start of the profiling unit at the FBI in the 70s. Isn't that pretty? And well, I was kind of disappointed it was over. I was really starting to enjoy it. So now I'm watching Mind. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. It's about these people that take off in a plane, and then the plane shows up 5 years later with all the people on. And to them it's been just days. But to the rest of the world, 5 years has gone by. Okay, I'm just going to have to move this a bit while I can. You know what? I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this along here. I don't want the tag shape showing. I want it to kind of blend in with the background paper, is what I'm getting at. Oops. And then also my husband and I started watching Yellowstone together. We don't do much together anymore. Ever since I had cancer, it seems we both do our own things, and it's kind of nice now that he tends to watch news and some sports and that, and I'm really not into that kind of stuff. So I think rather than use my art glitter, I'm going to use my Scotch Dry, quick dry, because that gives me a little time to play with my placement. Okay, there we go. And then let's see what we got here. just going to clean this up a bit. Okay, that worked pretty good. I don't know why my art glitter glue keeps volcanoing. I say that every video, but do I do anything about it? Nope. Okay, so now we want to decorate the outside of this a little bit now that I've taken care of that. So let's see what I printed out. I'm thinking this. I love this. I wonder if there's a way. Let's see. Let's mark this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll give it a try. Okay, I can see one line. I can't see the other one. So, well, we'll trim the sides here and I'll redo that other line. Okay, let's see here. Oh. You know, it's amazing anybody watches my videos. It's like, oh, another one of those moments. Hey, Winona, you sure seem to have a lot of them. And I just lined my wire up where my mark was. Okay. And I'm putting a heck of a mess to the side of me, and I need to be able to get there. So I wonder, is there a way? Is there a way? Let's cut this off. That I can trace that window and cut that window out and not have to piece. So I wonder if maybe if I do it this way. Okay, I'll mark here and here, and then I'll go this way. And I'll mark here and here. And I should have done this on the outside, on the inside. Okay, so if we connect the dots, I'm going to just turn a light on here for a second. So if we draw a line here and go down and here and go down, get rid of these papers, and then if we draw a line here, make sure I'm straight across and across, and then where was the other one? There. So theoretically, if I take my ruler, that's not very straight. Holy crow, that really wasn't straight. So theoretically, if I take my ruler and my craft knife and I cut a little bit inside that line, so if I cut like here to here, and then I cut, let's make sure that one's straight. That's the one I got crooked the last time. Okay, I'm not cutting to the end. Oh, see, I'm just cutting inside there. And then if I cut, let's try to get this one straight too. Here to here. When you stop, it kind of digs in there. And then here to here. And let's see what we got here. I might have to fix it up a bit, but let's see. That worked pretty good. If I'd held the paper straight to begin with, but I think that worked pretty good. Let's straighten this one out a bit. I would be more careful if I did it again. Let's just say. I wouldn't do it quite as quickly as I did. Okay. Okay, so, and then that can go in our scraps. I'll grab my glue book again. Close my knife before I stab myself. Oopsie. By the time I get around, my glue's dry. And I see I didn't erase it very well, but once it's on here and dry, I can go with my white eraser and do a good job. Okay, oops. Oh, I was going to ink it. Darn it, because I see I have a little bit showing here. But I think what I might do is grab some of this lace. I might frame it. Well, that's not the right way, but I think I'm going to frame it in this lace. Okay. So that's going to fix up that error, but I still would like to put some ink on here. I don't know why I inked it, because I can see my paper doesn't go right to the ends, and that's going to bother me. So when I'm going to glue it together, and then I'm going to trim it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this end, and I'm going to leave the top open. And I need to do a bit of sewing on this. You don't have to sew this, but I think it just adds to it. But let's trim this up first. I'll get rid of some of my stuff here. So let's make this nice and... There we go, just a tiny sliver there. Okay, and we'll do a little tiny sliver off the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my sewing machine over and we'll quickly run the seam. Okay, so when I sew now, I'm just going to sew around the pocket, 3 sides of it. Okay, and I'm going to sew a little ways away because I know I want to put lace there. So how do I want to do this? I'm going to start about a 1/4 inch. I'm going to start about there, a 1/4 inch down. And you'll understand once we get to the next step. Where's my book? I'm also going to, oops, I hope that shows in the camera more. I'm also going to use this foot. Let me look here. This edge of this foot, or yeah, this edge is going to go along the window, the edge of the window, and that's going to give me that separation I want. So let's see here, and I'm hoping to do a little bit of messy stitching as well, so which goes against every grain in me, but I do want it to be a bit messy, and I'm going to go around it twice. So let's start. Oh, you need to put your foot down. So I'm just gonna guide it messy, but I'm still using that foot as a guide. And I'm gonna get a bit of pass there. Okay, and I've stopped about a 1/4 inch from the top as well. And then I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to cross over those stitches. Stop at the corner. Oops. This machine is pretty cool for it being so inexpensive. It won't let you stitch with your foot up, which if you've ever done that, you know that causes a nest at the bottom of the piece you're working on. Okay, let's go up. And there I've got my messy stitching, but I've stopped a 1/4 inch from the top. And I've gone around twice. And you're wondering, why on earth did you do that? Well, I will tell you why I did that. I'm going to make this a shaker. So I've grabbed some glitters that I've had for years and haven't used. There's some this is purple organza butterflies, green meadow glitter, purple organza glitter, aqua flakes and aqua glitter, and turquoise stars, and then this white glitter. So I have a spoon here, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of each. The problem with me when I do shakers, might be just as easy to pour it in. When I do shakers, I tend to add way too much stuff. So I have to be very careful that I don't. Yeah, I've pretty much got enough stuff there now. Darn it. Okay, so what else? I want purple in here. So I just want a little bit of purple. And we'll do a little bit of aqua. Oops, so much for little. Now I can't see my Bible quote. But actually, no, that's okay. We'll live with that. What have I left open? See, this is why a person should do something like make a mock-up before they start a video, so they can work out all their kinks. But no, not me. I don't do that. Occasionally I will, but not very often. Okay, we'll bring the sewing machine back. Oh, that's heavy. And now I'm going to leave it down, but I'm going to sew. I guess I should have come up a little bit more, and then I'm going to sew this closed. So what I'll do is start where I left off, because I don't think I did a knot, and I should have. So I'll go backwards first. Okay, and let's get my threads all untangled here. And then I'll go forward. And then I'm going to go across here. go back down where we started a bit, and then I'll go backwards, and then I'll go across again. You could have just glued that pocket there as well, but I kind of wanted to sew it. I just think the thread just adds to it, and it would have been much nicer if it wasn't such a rusty brown, but that's what I have in my thing. And now you have to really shake to see the Bible quote in there. There we go. He cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. So anyway, and then I have glitter on my table, but that glitter's in there now, and I just thought it was just kind of a cute little thing. I think I will sew around the edges just to seal it, and then I'm going to add, actually let me quickly do that. Oh, what did I hit? Yeah, I should have changed my thread color to gray. Live and learn. Okay, so there I've got my shaker card. I'll grab a piece of coffee dyed paper here. Smells delicious. Oh, that smells good. I don't know what she does. She puts in there from the Vintage Polka Dot Shop, but does it ever smell good? And this is, I bought this over a year ago, and it still smells good. Let's just tear off a little tiny bit off of here, and a little tiny bit off of here. No, that's not gonna work. That tore really rough right in here. Oh, that smells. I haven't had lunch yet today. It's 2:30. Oh boy. That smells so good. Oops. I should have really put the paper on and then stitched, but I'm gonna have to do some ink in there. I don't like that. Let's put this back on. You could see the print from the envelope showing through, and I didn't like that. Oh my goodness, this paper smells good. Ooh la la. So I think what I'll do is I'll stop the camera. I'm going to add some lace and decorate a bit, and then I'll show you pictures at the end. So I wish you lots of luck and happiness until we meet again. Bye bye.